Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. I woke up this morning. The day's good.
That's great. That's great. So thank you so much for your time. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to your trip down under.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I was really looking forward to 2024 and you weren't well. Are you better now?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm 17 years with prostate cancer,
Oh,
and we don't know how it happened, but my pelvis had some hairline fractures in it, and it's the most painful thing I've ever had to endure. Because every time you walked, you're doing something with your pelvis. It's you can't help it. So I spent 2 months on my back with the most fantastic nurse in the world, my wife, doing things, and I ended up getting it all back together. In fact, the guy who was treating me, the surgeon, he said, "I wasn't expecting this." He said, "You must be thinking that you must do it, because he said, I thought you might have ended up having to use a wheelchair most of the time. But anyway,
wow.
I'm kind of back.
Yep.
I'm very aware now. I'm very aware. I get the telltale signs, and I will just relax and not do anything. It's recovery
Mm.
time. I'm not getting any younger, and
You look great.
but the whole point is, I want to. And by the way, I know they talk on the internet as if this is a wig. It's my real hair,
No, no.
uh,
I love
like
your
yours.
hair.
Yeah, and uh, it's one of these things now where um, we've got it sorted out on stage that if I need to take a break, which I do sometimes, the band have got a couple of songs that they can do for the audience, and it depends on the length of we basically do an hour and a half, a bit more, you know, and there's usually a moment when I go, I just need that 5 minutes,
Yep.
and
Yep.
they've got a way of filling in. I won't tell you what it is because if we do it in
No,
Australia, it will be brilliant because people are not expecting what they're going to do.
I
Um,
can't wait.
yeah,
Musicians with cancer, the fact that music helps them and the
yeah,
fact that they help others with cancer by gifting their music to people.
yeah. Well,
Mm.
we had a thing called another friend of mine who works for Paul McCartney and our local publican, the guy who runs our local pub. There was a field behind his pub that holds 5,000 people. So we had an event called Rock Against Cancer that we
Oh,
did for 10 years, just on all these major acts. Both of the guys from Queen came along, and we've had 10cc, Squeeze, Boomtown Rats, lots of major acts, and it's just been, oh, Jeff Beck came one year as well.
wow. Wow.
It was it was like a magical time, but it, it's got to the point now where that oh, my dog's here. Hello.
Oh,
Hello, Teddy.
hello.
Hello, Ted. Do you want to come here and say hello?
Yeah,
Want to come up and say hello? Will you
hello.
jump up? No, no, he won't jump up.
Oh,
Um, anyway, he's uh, that was um, up until about 2000. In fact, the pandemic, I think, had something to do with us
mm,
deciding, you know, it's going to come to an end. Um, Plus, also, I raised money for my oncology unit, which is one of these research and development things with the robotics
mm.
and this digital knife. Have you heard about this? This
Yep.
knife that doesn't cut you, but gets into it's some kind of laser.
It targets.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
Mm.
yeah, I know all about raising money here and there. I think there are
Yeah,
much,
I
much,
mean,
much, much bigger donors than I, but I don't want to. big myself up, but you got to give something back when when
Mm.
it's worked, when the treatment has worked, and I'm still here. The the thing about the NHS, it's fantastic. It's a big beast that I think it wastes money in some weird areas, like too many people at the top end. I think they need more doctors and nurses and things. But the thing about cancer, yes, they've put money in, but it's not enough
No,
to,
that's right.
to fund the research and development and the units that they need. So
Mm.
every amount, even if it's only 10 quid, and you put it in the right place, it goes further than you think, you know. Well,
Mm.
I've come through it, and as I said, with the help of my other half, Jane here, she is more, should we say, relevant to it than I am. I sometimes either forget or just and she goes, look, listen to me, and it's true. She knows that she comes to all my treatments and meetings and talks to people because she will remember everything. I won't,
Well,
you
tell
know.
Jane, they do say that married
Yeah, Jane,
men survive
she's
last
telling you.
longer.
I'll
Hello.
just come along and say hello quickly.
Hi,
Hello.
Jane.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? Are
Hi.
you coming to Australia?
Yes, I will be coming. I'll be coming to Perth,
Oh,
doing half the tour and then flying back from
She
Melbourne.
won't be coming to Sydney and Brisbane, but she'll be coming to Tasmania, Melbourne, Perth, and Adelaide.
they do
Hi.
say that men survive more years when they're married. So you're doing a great job.
Well, I'm on top of him, on top of the problem
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yes.
he
Well done.
sometimes has. Yeah, ahead of the
And
game always.
she's
she's a
beautiful.
superstar.
Now let's get back to the tour. So the final Blitz suggests the end of an era. Um, Obviously, the name inspired from Ballroom Blitz, but do you really feel like it's the last one?
I said a couple of years ago that I didn't want to do those kind of tours, maybe about 4 years after the pandemic. I just said, I don't want to get in the back of a bus and do 3 weeks, 4 weeks in Europe. I want to do them my way if we can. And we have.
Mm,
We've been flying, we fly out for weekends away. We do something like fly out on a Thursday, do a Friday and a Saturday, and come back on a Sunday. And then we don't do anything
fantastic.
the next week.
Yeah.
There have been times when there was no way around it. We end up with 2 days off in the middle, whereby I'm away for just over a week. But the
Mm,
majority of times, you get some respite. You're able to have some recovery.
mm,
The but Australia, you can't go to Australia for a week or two. You've got to be there and go from one end to the other. So
yeah.
this is why it feels like a final tour. But if we get through it and it's not a problem, how long's a piece of string? I don't know whether I'm even going to be around next year, but I think I am. Oh yeah, she's just told me. Yes, you will.
Yes, you
Um,
will.
yeah. So you've got to take each day as it comes,
Mm,
and
yeah,
that's what we're doing
definitely.
basically.
So, even now, when you launch into Ballroom Blitz, how do you feel?
Um, Everybody in a rock band who plays shows and you have an audience who are completely with you. There's nothing better. But we're all OCD. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah.
Because we can go into a studio and we can listen to the same song 10 times. I've had my wife, because I've got a studio in the gallery above us, she can hear what we're doing, and she hears us listen to the same thing for 2 hours, and she says, I liked it the first time, because we're all we're listening for the fine things, and it's the same with playing on stage. If you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Mm,
You can't fake it with an audience. You can't go on stage and just go through the motions of playing the guitar and letting everybody hear the songs and then going off, because they'll know. they'll know you don't have your heart and soul into it. And
Yeah,
if you're not smiling on stage, you've got to you've got to change that. Um, and I went through some things um, a few years ago where I wasn't smiling on stage because things were happening within the band and behind this, that, and the other that I wasn't completely happy. And I that was a moment when I almost said, I think it's time to hang the guitar up here and go into the
mm,
studio and start producing again or doing stuff like that. But you get through it, and because we've got such a good and happy band of brothers, if you like, crew and band, it's and everybody's got a stable home life, which is the other thing. I was going through gigs with people who didn't have stable home lives, who were breaking up with people and finding somewhere to live and all of that kind of thing. Well, once in a while, it all comes together, and it's all come together. So I'm very happy at
fantastic.
the moment.
Fantastic. You've got a great band behind you, definitely.
Yeah.
Back to the 70s, the glam rock era, like produced some unforgettable music. You actually performed with a lot of people. Were there any standout moments that still make you laugh or cry, but laugh?
Almost every day I have a chuckle to myself when one of the antics of the band, one of the other members or things that we did, come into your head. We were like there was this um, era between 71 and probably 75, 76, where we were so tight as people. And then one of the guys in the band, the singer, started to veer off. We realized that he had an alcohol problem, and we were trying to subdue that, but it was not easy. The only person who can deal with that is the person himself. You
That's
can lead
right.
him, you can do whatever you want. But in those early days, we used to get up to all kinds of schemes and to just make ourselves laugh as much as anything else. Um, and yes, I do miss them, the frustrations and the good times. Because without it, I wouldn't be here today. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So
Mm.
to bring it all on, good and bad.
Yeah. I haven't seen Sweet at all. I've been wanting to, but yeah, I wasn't in the country when you guys were, so that didn't work.
Right.
But I saw
Yeah, but
QSB.
you Australians, you like to spend more time out of your country than in it, don't you?
So true. But I saw you with QSB,
With who?
with Susie Quattro.
Oh yeah, what, the QSP thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was good. That was good. I
That was
really enjoyed that.
amazing. That was
Yeah.
amazing. You were great. Loved it. Yeah.
Where was it? At the
Yeah.
Hamer Hall?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So you've inspired so many people. How does it feel when a band member comes up to you and says, because of you, I'm doing what I am doing?
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, I haven't quite said those words to people, but when I've met people like Clapton and Jeff Beck, and I actually sat at a birthday do for somebody with Jimmy Page for the evening. I haven't quite come out with those words. Without you, I might not be the guitarist I am today, but you're thinking it. So
Yeah.
every time anybody says to me, it's because of you that I picked the guitar up, I have to be gracious and say, well, fantastic. Or I'm usually a little bit sarcastic and basically say, couldn't you have found anybody better? You know?
You're very humble. You're very
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah.
I like the fact that much younger audiences are actually listening to you now as well. How does that feel when you look out and it's not just parents with their kids, honestly. It's kids who have been listening to Spotify or other streaming platforms and they've heard you through there.
Yeah.
Maybe through Motley Crue, then it goes to Sweet, or Def Leppard and it goes to Sweet. How do you feel about this younger generation?
Uh, it used to be back in the 80s, 90s, there was a bit of no dad about it, where the kid's being dragged along by his dad and saying, no, dad, no, no. But then liking it, loving it, and sticking with it. But the the more recent thing, isn't the internet wonderful? You know, when
Yeah,
when people can discover that. Let's forget about all the bad stuff that happens on the internet. Let's concentrate on the better stuff. And the better stuff is that younger people are discovering music like ours. So
yeah,
can't be all bad.
exactly. Have you heard something recently, a newer band that you've really been impressed by?
Um, well, me and the other guitar player and the drummer of my band. I'm not saying the singer because he wonders why we like this kind of thing. Have you heard of a band called Audrine de Poitrine?
Yes, they're
You have,
amazing.
yeah. And
They're amazing.
yeah, so I downloaded their albums and I've been listening to them on the planes and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I found out that they're going to be appearing on a late night rock show on Sunday in the UK here. So I've set my tape to, my Sky
yeah,
to record that because they have to play
fantastic.
live on this show. They have to play live. And I
Yeah,
think some of the things that they're doing, especially, I don't know if you've seen the guitar, it's got these extra bars on the guitar to play the Eastern, quarter notes.
yeah, yeah,
That's how they get the sound.
amazing.
It's not a normal guitar. So,
Yeah,
um, there's that. And of course, I still delve back into, some of my calming moments are, listening to the songs like Ramble On by Led Zeppelin and things like that, So I'm still a bit retro. I'm still
no,
a bit of a
you're on
granddad,
top
but
of
not,
things. You're
yeah.
on top of things. Just don't start wearing polka dots on stage, okay?
Well, we did start to think about wearing big noses and things like that, but it was all to make the lead singer go, no, no.
Maybe I'll wear some polka dots and the lead singer
Yeah.
will go.
And we'll be able to point and say, there's a fan there.
I'm going to leave you with two questions, Andy.
Okay.
First one is, how would you describe sweet, the sound of sweet, in food form?
I would say sweet, spicy, and wholesome.
Oh, I never thought of wholesome, not with
It's
Fox
it's
on the Run and stuff.
it's only because I get fed food that is wholesome, good with all the right things in it.
I love it. I do love that. And
But
the
I, but I,
last
but I
one,
do I do like a bag of crisps.
um, and the last one, because our magazine's called What's My Scene? What is your scene?
Scene. Oh,
It doesn't have to be music related. It could just be
no.
home life.
Yeah. I love sitting outside with a cup of coffee and just letting the world go by. My wife and I have got these apps on our phones called Merlin, where it picks up all the bird song and
Oh,
all the noises around where we live, and we just love watching the dog do a bit of trail, nose to the ground, hunting, in the paddock out the back. That's my
hmm.
scene,
I love
and
that. That's great.
telling him, isn't it about time you had a poo?
That's fantastic. I look so forward to seeing you in Melbourne. Thank you so much for your
Great.
time, and I'll see you in Melbourne. Bye.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.